Hello and welcome everyone to our live webinar on the topic Excuse Detox, cleansing your mindset for success. I'm truly excited to have each and every one of you here today as we embark on this journey to do what? To explore the transformative power of our mindset. My name is Enobong Ekarika, and I'm glad to have you with us. I hope you're ready with your writing materials, you're ready with your resource, you're ready with your thinking cap because I want to ask questions, I want you to contribute, I want you to be encouraged that at the end of this class, you're going to have been empowered, impacted in a way that will make you far, far better in all areas of your life. And now, remember that in a world that is filled with distractions, in a world filled with challenges, filled with uncertainties, it's all too easy. It's all too easy to fall into that trap of making excuses. Whether it's procrastination, whether it's self-doubt, is it fear or failure? Excuses have a sneaky way of holding you back. It has that sneaky way of preventing you from meeting your full potentials. But here's the thing, good people. Excuses are actually nothing more than barriers that we create within ourselves. Let me repeat myself. I said excuses is nothing more than barriers that we create within ourselves. They are the stories we tell ourselves just to justify why we can't pursue our dreams. Okay? Or why we don't take a particular step, or why we don't make meaningful changes in our lives. So today we are going to challenge these stories. We are going to debunk the myths, and dismantle those barriers that excuses have built, around us. That means, good people, because the truth is, our mindset holds the key. It's our mindset that holds the key to unlocking a world of endless possibilities and boundless opportunities. You're highly welcome. So throughout this webinar, we are going to we'll explore a lot the psychology behind excuses, the hidden beliefs people have, and we are also going to equip you with practical strategies, okay, that will help you break free from the grip of excuses. So we are happy to have you here. So without further ado, let's roll up our sleeves and open our minds and embark on this extraordinary journey of excuse detox. Are you ready? If you're ready, indicate in the chat box, I'm ready. Are you ready? So let's dive in. Now, let's quickly look at an overview of what we'll talk about today. We'll introduce our topic. We are going to look at understanding excuses. That means in understanding excuses, we will define excuse. We will now explore the psychology behind excuses. We are going to look at the impact of excuses on our personal lives, okay? Not only on our personal growth, but also on our professional growth. 3, we are going to look at identifying excuses. How do you identify excuses? What are the exercises you can take to actually identify excuses? Then we look at the excuse detox processes. What are the ways to detox our mind from excuses? We'll look at it together, good people. We are going to look at ways like cultivating awareness, challenging excuses, setting proper intentions, accountability and support system, very, very important. We look at strategies for excuse-free living. Today's class is really in-depth, and I want you to pay close attention, full attention to taking advantage of this class. We look at case studies and success stories, and we are going to learn a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. Now let's look at an example. Let's look at just two examples, first of all, of individuals that overcame excuses to achieve success. Now let's look at J.K. Rowling's. I'm sure a whole lot of us have read the book, Harry Potter. You've watched the movies, you've enjoyed it, but it didn't start that way. Okay, this beautiful woman, J.K. Rowling, before becoming one of the best self-selling authors of all times, with the Harry Potter series, Rowling faced rejection from multiple publishers. Okay, and not only that, Rowling struggled as a single mother living on welfare. Rowling, despite these challenges, she persisted in pursuing her career, her dream of writing, and eventually found success. That means that she has successfully inspired millions with her magical storytelling. I believe all of us are fans of this wonderful series by J.K. Rowling. Now let's quickly look at another person that achieved success despite opportunities, reasons to actually give excuses. This is a great man, Nick Nick Vujicic. Nick Vujicic is a great man. Okay, he was born without arms, born without legs, but and Vujicic faced numerous physical and emotional obstacles while growing up. Despite experiencing bullying, despite experiencing self-doubt, he refused to let all of this, he refused to let his disability to do what? Define him. He refused to let his disability determine his success in life. And what did he do? He went ahead to become a motivational speaker, not only a motivational speaker, an author, not only an author, he went ahead to become the founder of Life Without Limbs. And through this platform, he has been able to inspire millions with his message of hope and resilience. Now let's go back to our topic once again. Excuses. Overcoming excuses, coming out of the trap of excuses. Because I can tell you, we have just one shot at life, and we shouldn't let excuses hold us back. We shouldn't let excuses keep us from achieving or becoming what we should become. We shouldn't let excuses limit us. With this one shot at life, let's make the best out of it, and you will be surprised at the outcome of your life. So now we said introduction. I think earlier we've talked a little bit. Imagine that your mindset is a lens through which you view the world, okay? Your mindset determines your beliefs, it influences your decisions, it determines your actions. And in other words, your mindset is a compass that guides you on your path, steering you towards your goal, or your mindset could be leading you astray. And then research has shown us the power of our mind. That means that excuse you're having today is a factor of our mindset. Okay? That excuse is a factor of our mindset. But here is the thing, good people. Our mindset isn't set on stone. Our mindset isn't set on stone. That means that we can step up. We can step up. We can step out. We can stand out. we are here and we are going to have the best of time together as we learn on this topic. Now, what are excuses? I love this definition so much. Okay, let's first of all understand it. What are excuses? And excuses are stories that we tell ourselves to justify why we can't or why we won't take action. You know, they are the barriers we erect between ourselves and our goals, the roadblocks that stand in the way of our progress, and the shackles that binds us to mediocrity. I love this definition. Look at the definition again. He said, the stories I tell myself, the story you tell yourself. He's not talking about the stories other people tell you. It's about the stories you tell yourself. So if I may ask, what are the stories you're telling yourself? Okay? What are the stories you're telling yourself? What are the stories? Is it stories? An excuse will always make you to create stories that are barriers, you know, stories that become barriers to your achievement, barriers to achieving your goals, stories that becomes roadblocks and even stand in the way of our progress. And it's actually the shackle that bind us to mediocrity. That means excuses are those reasons we give for inaction. Okay? Excuses are the reasons we give to ourselves for not pursuing our dreams. It is that reason we give to ourselves for not taking risk. It's the reason we give ourselves for not stepping out of our comfort zones. And they come in many forms. They can come in the form of, that usual, I don't have enough time. I'm not good enough. It's too late. Those are excuses. Excuses can come from different factors, from fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown. It can be fueled by self-doubt. Excuses can be fueled by insecurity, by the reluctance, to confront our fears. Okay? And I can tell you, yes, excuses will actually offer you temporary relief. Excuses can offer you temporary relief. It will offer you temporary relief from discomfort. It can offer you temporary relief, just giving you that happiness, that justification for laziness. But in the long run, excuses will actually hold you back. It will hold you back from reaching your full potential. That means that excuses are nothing than mere illusions. Excuses are nothing than mere illusion. Let me repeat it. Excuses are nothing than mere illusions. Okay? They are smoke. They are mirrors. They are tricks of the mind that are designed to protect us from perceived, assumed risks, assumed uncertainties. And the more we buy into these illusions, what happens? The more power we give that excuses over our life. So how do we break free from excuses? Okay, that's what we are going to look at in today's class. How do we break free from excuses? Now let's look at this definition of excuses. This says excuses are clever justifications that we offer ourselves to do what? To rationalize why we can't or why we won't take action. They are those subtle distortions of reality, okay, that allows us to avoid responsibility. They are those things, those subtle, how do I put it, distortions of realities that allows us to sidestep challenges, that allows us to stay safely within our comfort zone. So what exactly constitutes excuses, good people? And how do this sneaky realization manifest in our lives? That means that at the core, excuses is a form of self-deception. It's just a way, it's a story we tell ourselves and sometimes others, to explain away our lack of action or failure to meet expectations. And good people, excuses can take many forms. From simple statements, I can't, I am not, I don't have it. So a lot of aspects, and but it's going to manifest bigger. It's going to get deeper into bigger impact, bigger effect on you. And like we said earlier, excuses are nothing more than illusions. Okay, they are nothing more than illusion, and excuses only have power over us if we let them. Excuses only have power over us if we let it. That means that when we shine a light on our excuses, but when we challenge the validity of our excuses, and by the time we take decisive action in spite of the challenges, we can begin to reclaim control over our lives and create the future we desire. Now we look at how does excuse manifest. How does excuse manifest? We look at that. We look at understanding the psychology of excuses. How does excuse manifest? All right, good people. From our slides here, we can see excuses will always bring about missed opportunities. When we give room for excuses, we are going to have unfulfilled dreams. When we give room for excuses, we are going to have that nagging sense of regret. And like we said, you'll also have unfulfilled potentials. And when we give room to excuses, it will lead to the dreams we never pursued. It will lead to the goals we never achieved. It will lead to the life we never lived to the fullest. That means that don't give room for excuses. Don't give room for excuse. Let's not give room for excuses. Excuses are not just random thoughts. They are deeply rooted, in our minds. But it will always lead to this. It will always lead to that missed opportunities, unfulfilled dreams, a nagging sense of regret, unfulfilled potentials, and the dreams we never pursued, the goals we never achieved, and the lives we never lived. Now let's try to understand the psychology of excuses. At the heart of every excuses lies three things. Excuses are rooted in three things. Is either rooted in fear, or it's rooted in self-doubt, or it's rooted in comfort zones. How does that happen? Let's look at fear. Okay? At the heart of excuses lies fear. What fear? Is it that fear of failure or fear of rejection? It can be fear of the unknown and sometimes even fear of success. This emotion of fear is hardwired into our brain as a survival mechanism and, designed to protect us from harm. But in the modern world, what happened? Fear often manifests as a barrier to growth and progress. You see that people become afraid to take risks, become afraid to step outside. You become afraid to step outside our comfort zones. You become afraid to confront the challenges that lies ahead. So instead, we make excuses to justify our inactions. That means that one of the roots, the foundation of excuses is what? Fear. Now, let's look at the second factor, the second foundation of excuses. The second foundation of excuses is self-doubt. What is self-doubt? Is another common culprit behind excuses. Is that nagging voice in the back of our mind that tells us we are not good enough. Self-doubt is that nagging voice that will tell you you're not smart enough, that will tell you you're not old enough. It could say you're not young enough. It will say you don't have it enough. Is that inner critic that actually undermines our confidence and erodes, our self-esteem. And what happens? When self-doubt rears its ugly head, what happens? Excuses become that convenient way to avoid putting ourselves out there. Excuses will now become that avenue we will use to protect ourselves from this possibility of fears. Now let's look at the next one. Comfort zone. Comfort zone. Comfort zone. Another reason people fall in for excuses, another foundational reason for excuses, what? Comfort zone. Comfort zone is that cozy little bubble of familiarity, okay, where everything feels safe and predictable. So stepping out of our comfort zone means that you're facing uncertainties, you're taking risks, and you're confronting the unknown, and all of which can be terrifying. So instead of that, we people get stuck in the comfort zone because of that fear of the unknown, okay, and they make excuses to justify that, why they can't, why they won't, why they won't go beyond their boundaries. But here's the thing, good people. While fear, self-doubt, and comfort zone may be powerful forces in our life, they don't have to dictate our actions. Yes, they don't have to dictate our actions. We have the power to challenge these limiting beliefs, to push past our comfort zone, and to embrace the uncertainty of growth and change. Now let's look at our next topic, the impact. We said, here, while self-doubt and comfort zone may be powerful forces, they don't have to dictate our action. We have the power to do what? Challenge this limiting belief, to push past our comfort zone, and to do what? Embrace uncertainties, and embrace growth and change. Let's look at the impact of excuses on our personal and professional growth. How does excuses impact our personal growth? How does excuses impact our professional growth? Now, when we make excuses, we are essentially giving ourselves, permission to stay stuck, to remain in our comfort zones, to avoid the discomfort of change. As a result, what happens? We miss out on valuable opportunities. We miss out on valuable opportunities for learning, opportunities for growth, opportunities for self-improvement, and we become what? Stagnant, complacent. We become resigned to fate. We see it a lot when people say, na God want am. It's a common word. People say, na God want am. They say, na so my destiny be. Oh. Some people will even justify it that, it's not everybody that should be rich. It's not everybody that will be successful. Those are excuses. Now let's look at the first one. Excuses hinder our personal growth and development, good people. Number two, excuses also undermine our relationship with others. How? When we make excuses, what are we doing? We are shifting the blame to others, or we are shifting the blame to external forces rather than taking responsibility for our actions. What happened? It will erode trust, it will erode accountability, it will erode mutual respect. And remember, these are healthy ingredients for what? Healthy relationships. That means excuses can also create resentment. Okay, it can create frustration and conflict. And what happens? It leads to breakdown in communication, breakdown in intimacy. Now let's look at in the professional sphere. How does excuses affect us? It can be damaging. It can be damaging because in the professional sphere, I mean, what happened? Excuses will undermine our credibility. It will undermine our reliability and our competence. And these are qualities that are essential to excel in our careers, to excel in our profession. And these factors, excuses will affect us. It will make us unable to deliver results. It will help us unable to take on new challenges. And it will make us sabotage what? Our career progress. That means excuses can also damage our reputation and standing within our organizations. And what happens? It makes it harder to earn that trust and respect of our colleagues and superiors. That means that excuses has great negative impact on our personal and professional growth. Now, other one is that excuses have an impact on our sense of self-worth and fulfillment. Okay, when we make excuses, what are we doing? We're essentially telling ourselves that we are not worthy of success. We are telling ourselves that we are not capable of our goals and that we are not deserving of happiness and fulfillment. This negative self-talk, what does it, what happened? It can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, good people. It will lead you to doubt your abilities. It will lead you to second guess your decisions. It will make you settle for less than we deserve. So what's the solution? Breaking free from the cycle of excuses and reclaiming our power. The solution is what? Break free from that cycle of what? Excuses and reclaim our power. We've talked about the impact of excuses on our personal and professional growth. Now, how do you identify excuses? How do you identify excuses? What are those things that are giving you, what do we call it now? The morale, let me use the word morale, to stay less than your capacity. What is giving you that confidence to live below your capacity? Those are the things you want to identify, okay? It could be your past experience. Look at your past experience. Think back on a time in your life that you held yourself back, from achieving some goals, from taking a particular risk. What reason did you give yourself for not taking action? Were they legitimate? Or were they disguised as reasons? That means reflect on past experience. Maybe there's a past experience that is giving room for these excuses. Another way you can identify our excuses is what? Pay attention to your language. Listen to the words you use when talking about your goals, about your dreams, and your aspirations. Listen to yourself. Are you using phrases like "I can't" because? Are you using phrases like "I would have," but? Okay? These are clues that will give you clues. These are clues that will make you identify reasons you're using to justify your failure, your inaction. That means your past experience could be a factor. What you're telling yourself, your language, what you say, your words are factors. Examine your patterns. Look at yourself. Look at the recurring themes, the recurring patterns in the excuses you make. Are there certain situations or circumstances that tend to trigger your excuse? Identify it. When you identify it, it will help you do what? Nip it at the bud. It will help you to come out of that excuses. Then another way we can identify excuses is what? Seek feedback from others. Seek feedback from others. Seek feedback from others. When you seek feedback from others, what happens? People will be able to tell you, oh, this is what we see about you. This is what we notice about you. Okay? Because there are times that some excuses we make are more clear, they are more apparent to others. than even to ourselves. That means that when we seek feedback from others, it will help us to know. So reach out to friends, reach out to family members, reach out to colleagues and ask them to provide honest feedback, okay, about any excuses that they've noticed you making. Number 5, keep a journal. Take some time to write down your thoughts. Take some time to write down your feelings and experiences in relation to your goals. Okay, it will help you to gain clarity, to what about the excuses you're making, and identify, these patterns or behaviors that are holding you back. That means by taking these steps, what will happen to you? You begin to shine. You're going to shine a light on your excuses. And what happens when you shine a light on it? It breaks its power. It breaks the force of that excuse on you. Let's look at this self exercise. Let's do an exercise. I want you to, because grab a pen, grab a piece of paper. This is my pen. And with my pen, and with my pen, and I'm with my paper. Okay? I want you to take a few moments, quiet your mind, and center yourself. Then consider the following questions. Look at the questions that is being highlighted. Look at the questions that are being highlighted. Answer these questions. Tell yourself the truth about yourself. Tell yourself. So while we take up some music, I want you to go through this reflective exercise. Reflect on yourself. Reflect on yourself. Reflect on yourself. Reflect on these questions. I'm writing down mine. I'm writing down mine. I'm writing down mine. Look at these questions. Answer them. Tell yourself the truth. all right. Thank you for that time out. Thank you for that time out of doing what? Reflecting on yourself, asking yourself those pertinent questions. Now, let's start the detox process now. I believe as at the time you did that reflective moment, you were able to identify excuses holding you back. You were able to identify those factors that are actually controlling or holding you. Now, how do we detox ourselves from excuses? Before then, let's look at some people that did what? Did not allow excuses to hold them back. We talked about J.K. Rowling's. We talked about Nick Vujicic. Now let's look at Malala Yousafzai. I hope, please read that book, I Am Malala. It's a very wonderful, a very interesting book. A very interesting book. Malala is a young girl that would have gotten so much, that has gotten reasons, excuses to stay back, to live below her capacity. But what happened? They said Malala was shot by the Taliban for doing what? Advocating girls' education in Pakistan. But what did Malala do? She didn't allow that to be an excuse. She refused to be silenced. She refused to be silent, and she continued her activism from exile, even as she was on exile. And she became the youngest ever Nobel Prize laureate, for her advocacy work, and continue. And what else? She continues to fight for the rights of girls and women around the world, inspiring countless others to stand up for what they believe in. So Malala is a very great example of someone that would have stayed back with excuses that girls' voice, women's voice are not heard. But she stood up. She spoke up for the women. She spoke up for the girls. Even when she was shot at by the Taliban, she didn't stop. Even when she was on exile, she didn't stop. This is very encouraging. This is very, very encouraging. And we celebrate people like Malala on days like today, which is International Women's Day. Malala did not give room for excuses. That's why she is where she is today. Now let's look at a great motivational speaker. I enjoy so much from him. I've been impacted a lot from his resources, his books, and all of that. Les Brown. Les Brown was born into poverty. Les Brown was even labeled educable mentally retarded. He was labeled mentally retarded in school. He faced numerous setbacks and struggles early in life. And what happened? Despite these challenges, he refused to accept mediocrity. But he went on to become what? A world-renowned motivational speaker. Okay? He has been able to inspire millions of people with his powerful message of personal empowerment and resilience. I hope we've learned from Les Brown, we've learned from Malala, we've learned from Nick, and we've learned from J.K. Rowling. Now let's go back to our slide, the excuse detox process. The excuse detox process. Now that we've gained a deeper understanding of excuses, and how they manifest, let's look at the process. That step-by-step framework that will help you detox, remove excuses from your life. Number one is what? Self-awareness. Self-awareness. You must be able to take responsibility for yourself. You should be able to be aware, shine a light on that excuse that is holding you back, and gaining clarity, about this underlying belief. You must, when you take time to shine light on yourself. It will help you identify this underlying belief, the underlying fears, the underlying behaviors that is driving the excuse. And when you reflect, when you journal, you begin to identify this pattern. You begin to identify. So number one is what? Self-awareness. You must have discovered or come to terms with the excuses in your life. Number two is what? Challenge it. Challenge the excuse. Challenge the excuse. How do we do that? Once you've identified your excuse, what happened? The next step is what? It involves question the validity of your excuse. If Malala, as a young girl, can do it, if Les Brown, mentally retarded, could do it, if J.K. Rowling, despite the rejections, could do it, if Nick could do it without arms, without feet, then you can. Challenge the validity of your excuses. Challenge it. Ask questions. Then reframe it. Change it. Then next is what? Action. Take action. Take action. Take decisive action towards your goal. If you want to be the best in your education, the best in your career, take action. Challenge whatever excuses you may have. Take action. Embrace your fears. Embrace that discomfort as a catalyst for growth. And what will happen? You'll be able to learn to adopt a growth mindset. Other one is what? Accountability. Accountability is very key to sustain your progress. When coming out of a lifestyle of excuses, what happens is that accountability will help you to stay on track. It will help you to keep being in progress. Accountability will help you to stay true and to sustain an excuse-free life. So let's take the excuse detox process again. Self-awareness, challenge that excuse, take action, and accountability. Let's look at some ways you can cultivate awareness. Mindful breathing. Please take your time and understand what you mean by mindful breathing. Body scans, observation. What do you observe around you to enable you become aware of the excuses holding you back? Some people are being held back by an excuse, maybe age excuses. I'm too old. I'm too old. Some people feel they are too young. So people are held back by age excuses. Some are held back by health excuses. Some are held back by financial excuses. We don't need to give room for that. So take your time, breathe in, breathe out, look deeply into yourself, and you're going to discover the excuses holding you back. Body scans. What do you mean by body scans? Close your eyes and bring your attention to different parts of your body. Start from your toes till you get to your head, the top of your head, and identify what is that thing that could be holding me back? What is that thing holding you back? Then monitor your thoughts. What are you thinking? Then mindful journaling, very important. Practice gratitude. Gratitude practice. Cultivate gratitude by doing what? Reflecting on the things in your life that you're thankful for. Okay? Take a few moments each day to think about 3 things you're grateful for, whether big or small. Don't wait until it's something so big. No sense of gratitude is too small. Be grateful. It helps to break that power of excuses over you. Now let's look at challenging excuses. We are breaking down this excuse detox process now. We are breaking down the excuse detox process. We are breaking down self-awareness, challenge, action. Now, to recognize it is what you are doing here. To challenge excuses, this is what you do. Question the evidence. Question the evidence you're getting. What do you mean by questioning the evidence? What evidence did Malala question? The evidence was clear that the females were not given a voice. The evidence was clear that things were not there. But what did she do? She questioned it. Is there no way the females can have a voice? What did Les Brown do? Okay. Les Brown, the evidence he got was that he's mentally retarded. Educable, mentally retarded. But what did he do? He questioned that evidence and he was able to come out of it. Okay. Let's use Nick Vujicic. Without arms, without legs, he questioned that evidence and moved beyond it. That means that it's not every time we pick all the evidence as our lot, we pick all the evidence as our portion, we can move. Okay? Consider alternative perspectives. Reframe negative thought. Reframe negative thought. You know, instead of saying, I can't do it, you can say, oh, I haven't learned how to do it. That subtle change of language is very, very, very important. That subtle change of language is very important and it helps. Use affirmations. Use affirmation. And that's what we call catastrophic thinking. What do you mean by catastrophic thinking? It's when you imagine the worst case scenario. Imagine the worst case scenario and assuming it's inevitable. That's catastrophic thinking. So what should you do here? Challenge it. Don't accept it. Don't keep going for the worst case scenario. Keep thinking of the next best strategy. Challenge this by considering more realistic outcome. Challenge it. We said you should use affirmations. Seek evidence of success. I can tell you, in that your challenge, at least 6 people in the world have faced what you're facing right now. At least 3 people have succeeded, and at least 3 had failed. So seek evidence of success. Seek evidence of people like you that have succeeded and use it to move ahead. Use it to move ahead. Then the next thing is what? Practice self-compassion. Practice self-compassion. Practice self-compassion. These are ways you can challenge excuses. Okay? Now we talked about accountability. Accountability is very important. After that, we are going to talk about strategies for excuse-free living. Accountability. Now, we've identified one of the ways we can come out of it. So we can detox ourselves from excuses, and it's what? Accountability. We should be able to take responsibility for ourselves. We should be able to take responsibilities for our actions, for our inactions. Take responsibilities. Other ways, what? Get mentors and coaches. Mentors and coaches will go a long way to encourage you, to guide you, to, to monitor your progress. When we say accountability partners, it can be a trusted friend, it can be a family member, it can be a colleague who can serve as your accountability partner. Share your goals with them, ask them to hold you accountable, okay? It's very, very important. It has helped me a lot. Having accountability partners had helped me a lot to achieve a lot of goals, to overcome some excuses. We said mentors, seek out mentors, coaches who have experience or expertise. Seek them out, they'll be of help. Mastermind coaches, seek out mentors. Mastermind groups. Join a mastermind group or a peer group, okay, that are like-minded individuals. They have to be, the key word here is like-minded. They have to be like-minded. These are individuals that are committed to personal and professional growth. And this group will always provide that supportive environment where members can share experiences, where members can exchange ideas, where members can hold each other accountable for achieving their goals. Other way is what? Online communities. Online communities. Now, engage in communities is going to help. Online communities will be able to empower and impact you. That's positive one, or appropriate one, not just any online communities. Okay, seek out those online communities that are dedicated to topics that are related to your goals. And what happens? Participate, and you'll be surprised at how much you will overcome the excuses controlling your life. Then we said professional networks. Professional network. Join professional organization, industry experts. Very, very helpful. Then group challenges and accountability programs. Very, very, very important. Now we are going to look at strategies for excuse-free living. Before that, let's look at these great individuals that did not allow excuse to hold them back. Bethany Hamilton. Bethany Hamilton did not allow excuse to hold her back. What happened? After losing her arm in a shark attack at the age of 13, Hamilton faced immense physical and emotional challenges as a competitive surfer. So, but despite the odds, what did she do? She returned to the sport just 1 month after the attack, and she went on to achieve success as a professional surfer, inspiring others with her courage and determination. But Bethany Hamilton did not hold back. She didn't allow the excuse of the shark, losing her arm to hold her back. That means you too can overcome. You too can exceed your goals. You can meet your goals and exceed them when you don't look at excuses. Michael Jordan is another great person that cut out from high school, basketball team as a sophomore. He faced rejections, he faced criticism early in life, early in his career. But despite these setbacks, what happened? He persevered and became one of the greatest basketball players of all times. And he won 6 NBA championships and has inspired millions with his unmatched work ethic and competitive spirit. Good people, have we learned from Bethany? All right, welcome back. Let's look at strategies for excuse-free living. Strategies for excuse-free living. Now that we've explored the excuse detox process, and we've discussed some various strategies for overcoming excuses, let's look at strategies for having an excuse-free life. Number one is what? Embrace a growth mindset. Embrace a growth mindset. Adopt a growth mindset. Believe that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication, through hard work, and view your challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. Don't view your challenges as insurmountable. Don't view them as insurmountable obstacles. Cultivate a belief in your own potential to do what? Overcome challenges and achieve your goals. That's one way to live an excuse-free life. Another way we can live an excuse-free life is what? Set clear goals and intentions. Set clear goals and intentions. Okay? Set clear goals and intentions. Define clear, specific goals and intentions that you know that align with your values and priorities, and move on with it. Next is what? Take decisive action. Take action towards your goals. Don't wait. Don't wait for the excuse to totally disappear. No. Take decisive actions and you'll be surprised at your result. You actually achieve that desired stage. The next one is what? Practice self-compassion. Be kind and compassionate to yourself. Love yourself. Okay, especially when you're faced with setbacks, when you're faced with challenges. Love yourself. Recognize that failure is just a natural part of learning process, I know, and also an opportunity for growth. Treat yourself with that same kindness, that same understanding that you rather offer to a friend with similar challenges. The next strategy for living an excuse-free life is what? Build a support network. Surround yourself with supportive friends, supportive individuals, people that believe in you, people that believe in your potential. Seek out mentors, coaches, accountability partners, and like-minded peers, who can provide encouragement. They can provide you guidance, accountability. It helps. Stay flexible. Stay flexible. Be flexible. Be willing to adapt. Be willing to adjust. Be willing to change your plans as needed in response to doing what? Changing circumstances or unexpected obstacles. What is important is that don't get held back by the obstacle, by the excuses, but move on to excellence, move on to beauty, move on to achievement, move on. Then celebrate your successes. Celebrate your successes. Very, very important to celebrate your successes. Celebrate your successes. How do you celebrate your successes? Embrace challenges. Don't run away from challenges. Don't be a coward. Instead of avoiding challenges, embrace them as opportunity to do what? Learn and grow. See challenges as a chance to do what? To stretch yourself beyond your comfort zone and do what? See challenges as opportunities to develop new skills and capabilities. The next one is what? View effort as a path to mastery. Very important. View effort as a path to mastery. Celebrate your effort. Don't just rate yourself because you've not become a master. Those efforts are path to mastery. Those efforts are path to succeeding and standing out. It's a second good people. All right, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger, another person that did not give in. He didn't give up, nor give room for excuses. He didn't give in, he didn't give up, nor give room for excuses. He immigrated to the United States, from Austria with little money and limited English skills. But what happened? He faced skepticism, he faced challenges, discriminations. But Arnold Schwarzenegger did not give up. He didn't live in or lean on the excuses, but he did what? He moved on to excel. He moved on to excel, and he's a force to be reckoned with today. Now let's go back to our slide here. How do we develop a growth mindset? How do we embrace challenges and learn from failures? Number one, we said embrace challenges. Number two, view effort as part to mastery. Number three, learn from failures. Number four, cultivate what? A positive inner dialogue. Number five, seek feedback and learn from others. Number six, celebrate effort and progress. These are ways we can develop a growth mindset. These are ways we can embrace challenge and learn from failure. From the picture on this slide, you can see that you're at the junction of facing your challenge or going back to your comfort zone. Embrace your challenge. Move on. View effort as part to mastery. Learn from failures. Cultivate a positive inner dialogue. It's very, very important. What you tell yourself is very, very important. It has great impact on the outcome of your life, on the outcome of your personal development, of your career. Seek feedback and learn from others. Celebrate effort and progress. Now let's get to the next part. Practicing practicing what? Self-compassion. Practicing self-compassion, which will help you overcome perfectionism and negative self-talk. When you practice self-compassion, it will help you overcome perfectionism and negative self-talk. What do you do that? Challenge perfectionism. Challenge perfectionism. What do you do? Improvement. Embrace that idea that and imperfections are a natural part of the learning process of life. Okay, and note that these are also opportunities for growth. Give yourself permission to be imperfect and celebrate your effort regardless of the outcome. Very, very important. Practice mindful self-compassion. Pity yourself, love yourself. When you love yourself, you'll be able to overcome excuses. Reframe negative self-talk. There are a lot of negative self-talk. I'm not good enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm not rich enough. I'm not beautiful enough. I'm told that I'm not smart enough. No, 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 no. Reframe those negative self-talk. Change it to I'm the best. I'm simply the best. I can do all things. I'm empowered. I'm unstoppable. And you'll be surprised at the outcome of your resolve. Another one is what? Cultivate a positive inner dialogue, very important. Cultivate gratitude and appreciation and set realistic expectations. It's very important that you set realistic expectations. Let's look at our next slide. Create an action plan, smart goals. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Set smart goals. We've talked about smart goals. Set smart goals. Break down your goals into actionable steps. Okay. Prioritize tasks. You can divide your tasks into 4 quadrants: important and urgent, important but not urgent, not important but urgent, not important and not urgent. Then start with the important and urgent tasks, and it will help. Schedule regular check-ins, very important. Stay flexible and adaptable. You can see this wonderful lady, flexible, using her laptop and doing well. Be ready to be flexible. Then take consistent action. Don't give room for excuses. Take consistent action. Okay, it's very important. Now let's look at resilience strategies, building resilience and strategies for overcoming setbacks and obstacles. We are still talking about excuse detox. Excuse detox. Excuse detox. Very important. You can see this person cutting off that I can't. He cut out the can't, and it now I can do it. That means develop a growth mindset. Develop a growth mindset. Another one is what? Practice self-compassion. Love yourself. Appreciate yourself. Believe in yourself. Then maintain perspective. Okay? Don't have a limited view about life. Have the proper perspective and you see yourself excelling. Seek support. Seek support. People are ready to help you. There are people around that can help. Seek support. Then focus on solution. Don't focus on problem. Don't focus on the challenge. Focus on solutions. Then do what? Stay flexible. And the last but not the least is what? Celebrate progress. Celebrate progress. We are going to look at some case studies and success story. Now let's look at these case studies. We've talked about annual, Schwarzenegger. Now Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein overcame, early academic struggles and rejections from universities to become one of the greatest physicists of all time. Despite facing setbacks, what happened? He remained committed to his passion. And when he remained committed to his passion, what was his passion? His passion for science. What happened finally? He revolutionized our understanding of the universe, with his groundbreaking theories of relativity. That means Albert Einstein did not hold back. He did not allow excuses to hold him back. Let's look at others. Milton Hershey. Milton faced multiple business failures. Okay? He faced setbacks before achieving success with the Hershey Chocolate Company. And despite experiencing financial difficulties and setbacks, what happened? He remained resilient and innovative. And what happened though? Because the outcome will always tell. When you face your fears, when you face the challenge head on, what happened? You will eventually come out of that bowl down. You'll be able to achieve your goals. Now, for Milton, Despite experiencing financial challenge, difficulties and setbacks, he remained resilient and innovative. And what happened? He eventually built one of the largest and most successful confectionery companies in the world. He did not give in, he didn't give in, and he didn't give up. That's how we should be too. Ingoluwa Aboyeji is a co-founder of Andela and Flutterway. He has played a crucial role in shaping Nigeria's tech ecosystem and promoting entrepreneurship. He didn't give in to the excuse of, oh, I'm too young. He didn't give in to the excuse of, oh, I don't have all the resources. No, he took steps and came out strong. Bilkis Adebiyi Abiola, she's a founder of We Cyclas. It's a waste management startup. Adebiyi Abiola is empowering communities and promoting environmental sustainability in Nigeria. She didn't give in to, oh, I'm a woman. Oh, I don't know it. Oh, I don't have it all. No, no, no. She took that step and she's a force to be reckoned with. Aliko Dangote. He overcame humble beginnings, and economic challenges to do what? To build the Dangote Group, which is one of Africa's largest conglomerates, with interest in commodities, manufacturing, telecommunications, petroleum. Mike Adenuga. Mike Adenuga overcame adversity and setbacks to do what? Establish Globacom. And Globacom is Nigeria's second largest telecom company, telecom operator. And then he also owns Cornell, which is one of Nigeria's leading indigenous oil exploration and production companies. Let's learn from Mike Adenuga. We have Folorun Shaw Alakija. She overcame gender stereotypes and societal expectations to become one of Nigeria's wealthiest women. Why? How did that come to be? Through investment in oil explorations, in fashion and real estate. Jim Ovia. He overcome initial rejection and lack of capital to found Zenith Bank, which is one of Nigeria's largest and most profitable banks, and is playing a significant role in shaping Nigeria's banking industry. We have Femi Otedola. He overcame challenges in the oil industry and market fluctuation to do what? To build successful business empire, including Fort Oil, which is one of Nigeria's leading integrated energy solutions providers. Abdul Samad Rabiu. He overcame economic downturns and regulatory challenges to do what? Establish the BUA Group, which is a diversified conglomerate, interest in cement, with interest in sugar and interest in real estate, which has contributed to Nigerian industrial growth. Strive Masiyiwa, though he's not a Nigerian, Masiyiwa has made significant contributions to Nigeria's telecommunication industry. He's a great man that didn't give room for excuses. If he had given room for excuses, we wouldn't enjoy a whole lot from him. Timi Ajibewa. Timi Ajibewa is a co-founder of Life Bank. And what's Ajibewa doing? She's leveraging technology to do what? Improve access to essential medical supplies and save lives in the Nigerian healthcare system. Odungayo Eweniyi. She's a co-founder of Piggyverse, formerly Piggy Bank, and very, very wonderful. I have the app. Download the app, use it, save money, and grow your economy, grow your financial independence, grow your financial strength. Nkem Dilim Bego. She's a founder of FutureSoft. No, she's promoting digital literacy, empowering Nigerian youth through what initiatives like the Kids Code Camp. They take it in entrepreneurs. She's a great woman making impact. Jack Ma, he overcame rejection from Harvard University and numerous failed business ventures to found Alibaba Group, which is one of the world's largest e-commerce companies. Larry Ellison, he overcame a difficult childhood and multiple setbacks to co-found Oracle Corporation, which is one of the world's leading software companies. Sarah Blakely. Sarah overcame numerous rejections and funding challenges to create Spanx, which is a billion-dollar shapewear company, and has done what revolutionized the fashion industry. Warren Buffett, he overcame a fear of public speaking and rejection to become one of the most successful investors of all time, and also he was known as the Oracle of Omaha. Richard Branson, he overcame dyslexia and learning difficulties to build the Virgin Group, which is a multinational conglomerate with over 400 companies in various industries. This is awesome. This is awesome. Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey overcame poverty, abuse, and racial discrimination to become one of the most influential media moguls and philanthropists in the world. Jeff Bezos, he overcame skepticism and criticism to build Amazon from a small online bookstore into one of the largest and most valuable companies in the world. I believe we've learned a lot from the case studies and success stories. Now it's our turn to create these success stories too. It's our turn to create these stories for ourselves and for generations unborn. It's our turn to overcome that challenge that had held you back, that excuse that had held you. So we've learned a lot in today's classes. In today's class, we've talked about resilience in the face of adversity. Now, this real life experiences we've shared, the lessons we've learned here are what? Resilience in the face of adversity, persistence and perseverance. Another one is mindset matters. Your mindset matters a lot. Seeking resources, seeking support is very important. Embracing failure as a learning opportunity is very key. Take action despite uncertainties. Celebrate progress and milestones. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to your values and passion. Never give up. These are the lessons we've learned from these wonderful people. I believe we've had value today. If we've had value, say I did. Just put in the chat box, I did have value. Tell yourself I am, I can, and I will. Thank you so much, good people, for your time. This we learn together. Thank you so much. I need more of your questions. Drop it in the chat box. We are going to answer your questions, and we are going to get you empowered and impacted. Wishing you the very best of your day, very best of the time. Do have a blessed day and remain blessed. Bye for now.